They told you that by 50 you should have it all figured out. They said if you worked hard, saved diligently, and followed all the rules, financial security would be yours. But here you are, perhaps feeling more uncertain about money than ever before. And I'm here to tell you something that might shock you. Everything you've been taught about money after 50 is not just wrong. It's been holding you back from the most prosperous years of your life. Sarah thought she was doing everything right. At 52, she had dutifully contributed to her 401k for decades, owned her home outright, and had what her financial advisor called a respectable nest egg. Yet every night, she lay awake wondering if it would be enough. The number that was supposed to bring her peace brought her nothing but anxiety. She had fallen into the trap that ensnares millions of people over 50, the belief that money after 50 is about preservation, protection, and playing it safe. She couldn't have been more wrong. The conventional wisdom whispers seductive lies into our ears. It tells us that our earning potential peaks in our 40s, that we should shift everything into conservative investments, that it's time to start thinking about winding down rather than scaling up. It paints a picture of decline, of managing what we have rather than creating what we want. But what if I told you that some of the world's most successful entrepreneurs didn't even start their journey until after 50? What if I told you that your 50s, 60s, and beyond could be the most financially abundant years of your life? The first lie they tell you is that time is your enemy. They show you charts and graphs proving that compound interest works best when you're young, that every year after 50 is a year lost in the race toward financial security. This creates a scarcity mindset that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe your time is running out, you make desperate decisions. You accept lower returns because they feel safer. You avoid opportunities because they seem too risky. You convince yourself that dreams are for younger people. But here's what they don't tell you. Time isn't your enemy after 50. Inexperience is your friend. You have something 20-somethings don't have: wisdom. You've lived through market crashes, economic recessions, job losses, and recoveries. You know that everything is temporary, both the good times and the bad. This isn't just knowledge, it's power. When younger investors panic and sell, you've seen this movie before. You know how it ends. Martha discovered this truth at 57, when she lost her job in corporate restructuring. Instead of panicking, she used her severance package and decades of industry knowledge to start a consulting business. Within 2 years, she was earning more than she ever had as an employee. Her age wasn't a liability, it was her greatest asset. Clients trusted her judgment because they knew it was seasoned by experience. They paid premium prices for the wisdom that can only come with decades in the field. The second lie is even more insidious: that you should become more conservative with your investments as you age. The traditional advice suggests gradually shifting from stocks to bonds, from growth to income, from opportunity to safety. This advice made sense when life expectancy was shorter and retirement lasted only a few years. But today, if you're 50 and healthy, you likely have 30 or more years ahead of you. 30 years is enough time to weather multiple market cycles and benefit from long-term growth. Consider this. If you're 50 today and you live to 90, you have 4 decades of life ahead of you. That's longer than most people's entire careers. Would you tell a 20-year-old to invest conservatively because they have 40 years until retirement? Of course not. Yet that's exactly what we tell 50-year-olds with the same time horizon ahead of them. The third lie cuts the deepest because it attacks your sense of worth and potential. Society tells you that innovation, entrepreneurship, and big thinking are young person's games. It suggests that your role is to step aside, make room for the next generation, and quietly manage your decline. This is not just wrong. It's tragically wasteful of the incredible resource that mature adults represent. Research shows that successful entrepreneurs are actually more likely to be in their 40s, 50s, and beyond than in their 20s. They have better networks, more resources, deeper industry knowledge, and most importantly, they're not afraid of failure because they've already survived it. When a 25-year-old fails, it can be devastating. When a 55-year-old fails, it's Tuesday. They get up, dust themselves off, and try again, armed with new knowledge about what doesn't work. But perhaps the most damaging lie of all is the one about fixed income. The phrase itself is insidious. Fixed income suggests that your earning potential is set in stone, that you must learn to live within the confines of whatever you've already accumulated. This thinking is not just limiting. It's dangerous in an era of inflation and increasing lifespans. Your income doesn't have to be fixed at 50. In fact, this might be the perfect time to create multiple streams of income that weren't possible when you were tied to a demanding full-time career. You have the flexibility to explore, experiment, and create in ways that younger people, burdened by mortgages and growing families, simply cannot. Take Robert, who retired from teaching at 58 with a modest pension. Instead of accepting a fixed-income future, he started tutoring high school students preparing for college entrance exams. His decades of teaching experience made him incredibly effective, and word spread quickly. Within a year, he had a waiting list of students and was earning more from tutoring than he ever did teaching. His age wasn't a barrier to income growth, it was the foundation of his expertise. The fourth lie involves risk itself. Traditional financial advice treats risk as something to be minimized as you age. But there are different types of risk, and avoiding one type often exposes you to another. Yes, there's the risk of loss in the stock market, but there's also the risk of inflation eroding your purchasing power. There's the risk of outliving your money if you're too conservative. There's the risk of missing opportunities that could dramatically improve your financial situation. At 50 plus, you're actually in a better position to take calculated risks than younger people because you have more stability in other areas of your life. Your mortgage might be paid off, your children might be independent, and you have a clearer picture of your actual needs versus wants. This stability gives you the freedom to take strategic risks that could pay off handsomely. The fifth lie is about debt. Conventional wisdom says that by 50 you should be debt-free, that all debt is bad debt, and that borrowing money at your age is irresponsible. But debt is simply a tool, and like any tool, it can be used wisely or foolishly. If you can borrow money at 4% and invest it for an 8% return, that's not irresponsible, that's profitable. Consider Susan, who at 54 took out a home equity loan to invest in rental properties. Her friends thought she was crazy to take on debt at her age. But Susan understood that real estate values and rental income tend to keep pace with inflation, something her savings account couldn't do. 5 years later, her rental properties had appreciated significantly and were generating enough passive income to supplement her retirement plans. The truth about money after 50 is radically different from what you've been told. Your 50s and beyond aren't the beginning of your financial decline. They're potentially the beginning of your financial prime. You have advantages that younger people don't possess. You have wisdom earned through experience. You have networks built over decades. You have clarity about what truly matters to you. And most importantly, you have the confidence that comes from having navigated life's challenges and emerged stronger. This doesn't mean throwing caution to the wind or making reckless financial decisions. It means recognizing that the conservative, fear-based approach to money after 50 is not serving you. It means understanding that your age is an asset, not a liability. It means embracing the possibility that your best financial years might still be ahead of you. The key is to shift your mindset from preservation to creation. Instead of asking how you can protect what you have, ask how you can grow what you have. Instead of focusing on what you might lose, focus on what you might gain. Instead of accepting limitations based on age, challenge those limitations and create new possibilities. Your experience with money, markets, and life in general is valuable. Don't let anyone convince you that it's time to play small, think small, or dream small. The world needs what you have to offer, and it's willing to pay for it. Your age isn't a countdown to financial irrelevance. It's the accumulation of everything that makes you uniquely qualified for this moment. The years after 50 can be the most financially rewarding of your life, but only if you reject the lies you've been told and embrace the truth about your potential. You are not too old to start something new. You are not too old to take calculated risks. You are not too old to grow your wealth. You are not too old to chase your dreams. You are exactly the right age to begin the most prosperous chapter of your life. The question isn't whether you're too old to succeed financially after 50. The question is, are you ready to prove everyone wrong about what's possible at your age? Because I believe you are, and more importantly, deep down you know you are too. Look in the mirror tonight and see the person looking back at you. That person has survived every challenge life has thrown their way. They've weathered storms that would have broken their younger self. They possess a strength, wisdom, and resilience that money can't buy, but that can create money beyond their wildest dreams. Your story isn't ending at 50. It's just beginning its most beautiful chapter. Trust in the incredible power you carry within you, because the world is waiting for exactly what you have to offer. If this video spoke to your heart and opened your eyes to new possibilities, please share your thoughts in the comments below. What dreams are you ready to pursue? What financial goals are you inspired to chase? Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs to take their first brave step. And if you found value in this message, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss content that could transform your financial future. Thank you for spending these precious moments with me today.